Greetings fellow geeks and geekettes, I'm the Dark Wizard Malarok, or Ben if you prefer. Currently I'm pirating it up, not BitTorrent style of course, but 1991 style, with a bit of Monkey Island 2 Special Edition. Now, I think, to be honest, this is going to be part one of my first playthrough of this game in a very long time. So let's both sit back, relax, and just enjoy this swashbuckling adventure. So I'm going to start a new game and let you listen to the very witty dialogue.
Well, Guybrush Threepwood, you do turn up in the strangest places.
Hi, Elaine. Do you think you can help me out?
How did you get into this mess?
It's kind of a long story.
That's okay. I've got time.
Well, it all started on Scab Island. Some of my admiring fans had pressured me into telling my LeChuck evaporating story once again.
Deep in the Caribbean, Scab Island.
Best island name ever. Bet Richard Branson didn't think of that one.
So I bust into the church and say, "Now you're in for it, you bilious bag of barnacle bait." And then LeChuck cries, "Guybrush, have mercy! I can't take it anymore!"
I think I know how he must have felt.
Yeah, if I hear this story one more time, I'm gonna be crying myself.
Don't you have any new stories?
Well, actually, that's why I'm here on Scab Island. I'm on a whole new adventure.
Growing a mustache?
No, bigger than that.
A beard?
No, I'm in search of treasure. The biggest treasure of them all. A treasure so valuable and so well hidden that it haunts the dreams of every pirate on the seas.
You mean...
Big whoop.
None other.
Then why'd you come here? There's no treasure on Scab Island.
Well, I didn't know that before. Now I'm trying to charter a ship and look someplace else. When I return, I'll have riches galore and a whole new story.
Or you'll have died trying.
Either way, we won't have to hear about LeChuck anymore.
Right, well, as you can probably tell already, Guybrush is not the best of
Guys won't know
pirates.
a good story even if they paid $50 for it. When I find Big Whoop, I'll become a legend among pirates for generations to come. I can only charter a ship and get off this stinking island.
In fact, I think you can probably already see he's pretty rubbish as pirates go. But he tries, and I like that about him. So, part one, the Largo embargo. Now, on this island, you see, there's this guy who basically, he's the big man here. He's the boss of the island, basically, but not in the good way. He's basically just beats people up if they don't agree with him, and his name's Largo Legrand. So we're about to run into him, but I'm just gonna grab this sign.
Oops, I think I broke the sign.
And rip the shovel off of it. Right, let's come onto the bridge and meet Largo.
Where do you think you're going, fancy pants? You ain't from these parts, are you? This is a toll bridge. You gotta pay.
Now, we get an option of what to say. I'm going to spoil the surprise. They all result in us losing all of our riches. So,
Who's gonna make me, shorty?
Tough guy, huh?
basically, you just try and hurt his feelings as much as possible, really, because there's nothing else you can do.
Scream as loud as you want. There's no police on Scab Island.
Then who keeps up the law and maintains order?
I'm the only law on this island.
Oh,
He's a law unto
you're
himself.
loaded. This is my lucky night. Remember, wherever you go, on sea or on land, you can't ever hide from Largo Legrand.
Wow, that was scary.
tough town. I guess I should have got those traveler's checks.
Right, well now, as you can see, we are now poor. Funny enough, he doesn't steal our shovel. Okay, now, I remember this first bit quite well, but after that it's pretty much going to be a whole new learning curve for me all over again, trying to learn how the puzzles go. Right, let's start off by meeting the cartographer. Now, I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure this guy's name's Willie. Now, you can talk to him, and he'll tell us about Big Whoop. Now, Big Whoop's basically this treasure that we're searching for, as you probably have imagined. And, basically, you'd think that this map make a fair amount about it, but actually he doesn't. And you can talk to him.
Excuse me.
And
yes.
ask to see
Hi
his
there.
files,
Can I help you?
but you just don't get anywhere talking
Excuse
to him,
me. Do you know anything about Big Whoop?
because the main thing we're here for is a sheet of paper and his monocle.
Nobody sent me. I'm freelance.
You better not try for my files. All my research on Big Whoop is in there.
Oh, that was a smart move, yes. Tell me where all your files are.
Can I see your files?
Sorry, where all your
Actually,
research is.
There's not anything in them. I haven't really been able to find out much hard information. What do you know about it?
I know it contains unimaginable wealth.
You mean you never heard of the 4 men who buried it?
Okay, here's a little bit of information.
No. Tell me all about it.
Well, all anyone knows for sure is that there was a shipwreck. The merchant vessel Elaine went down in a terrible storm.
Elaine?
Only 4 crew members survived. They washed up on a remote deserted island. Some say its name was Inky Island, but I don't believe that.
Well, why don't you believe it?
Because there's no such island. Anyway, that's where they supposedly found Big Whoop.
But what is Big Whoop?
Whatever it was so wonderful, or so horrible, that they never wanted anyone else to find it. So, they took the map they made of the island and split it up among the 4 of them. And they all went their separate ways.
And there's the next few hours of gameplay sort of explained for you. We're looking for map pieces.
Wow. That's some story.
Of course, it could just be an old legend, but if I could just see the map of that island, I bet I could recognize the shape of the land and track it down myself.
Did I mention that I'm Guybrush, the LeChuck busting stud?
Had to.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now this poor little chap is about to, well, I think he's going to have some trouble working for a little while. Sorry, mate. I do hope you haven't got a family to try and feed, because you can't work for a while. Okay, now, if you didn't see what I did just there, I picked up a sheet of paper and his monocle.
I swear I put it right here.
Sorry, mate. Okay. Now, we're going to nip up here with these 3 hard-working pirates. I love this. When you hover over them, it says, men of low moral fibre. Pirates. Right, now this bucket over here, they don't like it when you try and take it, but providing you question them about it correctly, you can persuade them to let you have it. Sorry, is this your bucket?
Is this your bucket?
Well, no.
So you won't mind if I take it?
I guess not.
Yeah, they're not hard to outsmart, but you know, they're pirates. Now, for anyone who's never played a Monkey Island game before, these have been painstakingly, completely remade into the HD beauties that you see before you. I mean, it's unbelievable what they've done, and so seamlessly. The music's all been redone, the voice acting's been put in, and yet you can still switch back to the original look and feel. So this is how it looked in 1991. As you can hear, the music is the same. Everything is the same pretty much. It's just less detail, but I mean, this game is superb. I mean, I can still play it quite happily in this way. The only difference is you don't have the quick menu. Say you want to look at the sign, you'd have to sort of click look at, and then the sign.
Welcome to Woodtick. No treasure hunting zone.
But apart from that, it works in the exact same way. But I mean, it's just, I love how seamless it is. perfect. Okay, so now that we've got the bucket, right, okay, we'll need that later. This is the Bloody Lip. Now, it's like the bar, the pub.
The Bloody Lip Bar and Grill.
There we go. They've got a sign.
Help wanted. 1 week's salary in advance. Inquire below.
1 week's salary in advance. What a bad idea. We are going to exploit that later, but not quite yet. Now, the normal entrance is this hatch here, but we're going to go down this through this window. Sorry. So, gracefully done. Okay. Now, how he didn't hear that, I don't know, but he's peeling his potatoes and working on his beautiful vichyssoise. So, let's have a look at this knife, shall we?
Sharp.
Beautiful. Let's pick it up. Okay, now, going to sneak back out the window because we don't want to be seen coming out of the kitchen. Now, we'll go into the bar in a little bit. First of all, we're going to go into this accommodation over here. Now, inside of here is this gentleman here, the innkeeper. Let's go and have a word with him, shall we?
Excuse me. I'd like a room, please.
Sorry, we only have one and it's full.
Not a very good inn then, is it really, if it's only got one room? What is the point in this registry here? And what is the point in 6 hooks for keys if there's only one room? I mean, that is not a good businessman right there. How he's still in business, I don't know. Anyways, this little alligator down here, this is Pegbiter. Now, Pegbiter got his name for a very obvious reason, which will be made clear in just a few seconds. Now, we need his cheese squigglies. You'll see what they're used for later, but in order to get them, we need to set Pegbiter free. Now, that's what we got the knife for. So if we just open the inventory, which is I, get the knife, and then click use knife with rope, Guybrush will cut it, Pegbiter's off like a flash, and that's why he got his name. Oh dear. And here are the cheese squigglies.
Cheese squigglies. One of my favorites.
Okay, pick them up. Right, now let's nip up the stairs. Right, now we're going to nip to the swamp. Now, the swamp's where the voodoo lady lives. Now, the voodoo lady plays quite a prominent part in all of the Monkey Island games as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to do a playthrough of Monkey Island 1, but to be quite honest, it would be a lot of me not knowing what to do at the moment because I haven't played it at all. But I'm looking forward to. So I'm going to hop into the coffin, International House of Mojo. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to get my own bucket of mud, because, you know, life isn't life without your own bucket of mud.
Wow, a whole bucket of mud. And it's mine. All mine.
You see, Guybrush appreciates that.